There are questions coming in. My colleague Abhishek Banerjee also wants to ask you a question, but I want to ask you my two last questions before I bring the audience and my colleagues in. My first question is, in any company, especially a family-owned company, the dynamics between the founders. Here you are so to say, the leader of the family and the leader of the business, and you lead well because you deliver something in thinking that is respected and accepted. But tell us, how do the dynamics between your brothers, and you mentioned the third generation, your sons have joined in. Give us a sense of those dynamics. How do you kind of work amongst yourself?
Sorry, the voice again got, you see.
I'm saying that the dynamics between the co-founders is very important. Between the brothers is very important. Now your third generation, your sons are involved. So give us a sense of how 6 of you have kind of devised different responsibilities for each of the functions. And how does the dynamics between you work?
See, as I shared with you, we have a very clear-cut, a very focused working, which has been, you see, allocated to each and every member of the family. Like I take care of the marketing part of the business. Now my brothers, 2 brothers, my elder brother, you see, who is the head of the family. So he's the chairman. He takes care of, you see, all the developments which have to take place, the expansions, the new machines, technical setup, all the advancement in the manufacturing processes. So he takes care of that basically. And see, my other brother takes care of the regular production functions, you see, for the different manufacturing units. At the moment, we have around 5 manufacturing units in India and 1 in Korea, South Korea. So 2 more, as I said, you see, are going to start in the next couple of months. So all in all, we have 7 manufacturing units we are going to have within this financial year. So the other brother takes care of, you see, the hardcore, you see, the production activities happening on the ground level. And then a couple of units he takes care of, couple of units, you see, is the normal production functions are being taken care of by one of the members from the next generation, the third generation basically. And with the complete lighting solution, you see, segment, the marketing is being taken care of by one of the members of the third generation. And one person takes care of the complete finance and administration part of it. So like that, we have a very clear-cut role, you see, devised and defined, you see, for each member of the family. So that they can, 90% they can focus on their respective areas. But wherever you see it comes to the point of that we need to have, you see, discussion. See, we believe, you see, we have always gained by being together. By being together, we have always gained in strength. So one person proposes, the other also, you see, adds, gives his valuable inputs, adds, you see, to the whole thing, his suggestions. So this has always helped us in coming out with the best solution. Basically. So as I said, we are not doing something very, you see, something very, very.
Use the word hi-fi.
Nothing hi-fi basically.
You're basically doing the right things, asking the right questions by collaborating internally.
We collaborate with each other basically. You use the very right word basically. Thank you so much. So we collaborate with each other, and this is where I think we come out. Finally, the final solution is acceptable in the interest of the organization and is absolutely acceptable to everyone, because you are really, you see, discussing everything together. You take the inputs from everyone, so everyone is satisfied basically. Everyone is happy to have contributed to see to the final solution.
My last question is, there are some people who say that, you know, the category that you dominate with, Jaguar, RTs, is a category that you somewhere created in India. You're pioneers. You continue to innovate in the product. I'm told you invest $60 to $70 million everywhere you flow back into your business. They feel by you going into lighting, somewhere you're trying to do things that are not your core. What is, and you know, there is a question from Dhruv Oberoi which doesn't agree with my question. It says, any plans to dominate other categories in the building product space after becoming the leader in the bathroom segment and making some strides in the lighting segment? Would you approach kitchen category, for instance? Would you get into it? So my question is, we understand that you're taking your understanding of the consumer behavior within the home to lighting. That's how I see it. but some people believe that you are going beyond your knitting. What do you have to say to them?
No. See, once again, let me tell you, we are a very grounded company and a very practical company, basically. So, if we take a decision, we take after a lot of deliberation, but once we get into it, then there is no looking back. I think that's a legacy we have, you see, right from my father's time, because once he got pushed into this business, he never looked back. So, you see, we go step by step. We don't, you see, certainly try to, you see, go into venture into too many things, you see, at the same time. Because as I said, manufacturing is not only, you see, our key strength, but it's our passion. It's our love for manufacturing, basically. And manufacturing is not something easy that you can do, you see, within a swap of fingers, basically. So, bathroom segment also, and now into the lighting also. There is a lot to do, let me tell you. And the more, as I say, the more we progress, we find many new opportunities, many new avenues and options, you see, that where you can do even much better. After having, you see, spent almost 60 years in the bathroom segment, even now also every day we find there is a new learning. There is something more that we can do. And this is where we innovate a lot, you see, in our products, in our working, in our services. As I said, we are a completely engaged company. Engaged, you see, with our customers, with the users, internally also with our stakeholders. So there is always a continuous discussion, a collaboration which keeps happening, you see, and we keep, you see, thinking of new ideas, new ways, you see, to how we can further improve. And let me share with you, the more you see, you go through this journey, the horizon, you see, it gets extended, basically. So at the moment, as I said, now you see, there is so much of expansion we have made. We feel that still we have to go a long way in the bathroom segment and in the lighting. Lighting is really coming out to be very, very interesting. I think it took us a lot of time to establish ourselves in the bathroom segment, but lighting, I think within 5 years, we have made very, very deep inroads. And today, our products, lighting products, are being so well, you see, recognized, are being acceptable, you see, not only in the Indian market, but even in the overseas markets also. People, when they come here, they visit our facilities, they are really, you see, astonished. And this is where they show their lot of confidence and trust to deal in our products, including lighting also. So for the next 3-4 years, our mind is very clear. We don't want to, you see, go into any other, you see, avenue. Only concentrate on the bathroom and the lighting segment. And you see, a lot can be done in these two verticals. And this is what we are going to complete, to be completely focused. We are a very focused company. We don't focus on too many things. We work, you see, with a very, you see, a clear vision, a limited vision, and few things at a time to handle. And I feel we are very clear within our organization. I think for the next 3-4 years, we don't even need to look anywhere else except these two verticals, and a lot can be done. A lot can be done within them. Yeah. So that's where there is no plans, you see, to go into any other kitchen segment or something like that as of now. No, not at all. Not at all.
Dhruv, you have your direct answer. Let me bring in two of my colleagues. Let me first bring in Abhishek. Abhishek writes for us, one of our best writers.
Great.
Writes primarily on auto and everything else.
Okay.
Abhishek, go ahead, ask Mr. Mehra.
Hello, Mr. Mehra. How are you?
Morning, Abhishek. Morning. All well.
Yeah. So actually, I wanted to ask you multiple questions, but I'll restrict myself to 2 questions.
Yeah.
The first question is, you have talked about going global. You have talked about, value proposition and all. But the Prime Minister talks about Bharat 2.0, about tier 2, tier 3 markets. That's where the rural infrastructure will be built. So how important are tier 2 and tier 3 cities for you in your next, as a growth frontier? And any strategies like developing tailor-made products and all to cater to tier 2, tier 3 solutions? Because your products cannot be given on rent. Unlike cars or other products, your products have to be sold. So any customized products, any sort of strategies to cater to tier 2 and tier 3 cities? And will you be surprised if they become your biggest growth frontiers going forward?
Yeah.
That's my first question. I'll ask the second question later.
Yeah, Abhishek, very good question you have raised. And let me tell you, we are completely aligned. You see, this is not just a market philosophy, but this is the market trend. This is the future market in India, basically. Yes. As I shared with you, see, we have 3 brands, and the brand ESCO that we have is precisely, you see, for these tier, not just tier 2 or 3 markets, but even tier 4 and 5 markets also. It's a brand now we are penetrating, you see, in a big way into the most ordinary and simple and undeveloped markets. See, one of the things, I will take you back into our history. See, one of the things for which Jaguar is so well known in the market is, as I said, that we brought in a whole lot of revolution. And one of the major revolutions that we brought in the market was, you see, till 86, 87, when Jaguar was launched, 85% of India's market was scattered by unorganized segment and non-quality standard products. And this is where precisely Jaguar, we saw the opportunity that if we convert this 85% market segment, it is going to open the market in a big way. Nobody had thought of. In those days, you see, the companies were doing only 1 or 2 crores worth of business annually, and they would feel that they are the kings. But today, you see, like as a company, we are doing 3,600 crores, and we still feel that yes, we can double it in the next 2 or 3 years. So this is where you see Jaguar, you see, took the role of the leadership upon itself, that we have to show a way to the market, and we converted the market from unorganized to organized and quality segment. Today, almost 70% of the market has been converted into this segment. Now, coming to the remaining 30%, which is primarily the rural areas, tier 4, 5 and the rural areas. This is where now exactly with our brand ESCO, we are again, you see, penetrating, giving the customers an experience to quality, an experience of quality basically. And I'm very happy to share with you that we are getting fabulous response, excellent response. People are responding. You see, it is in our working. It is not only we just make a product and give it to the dealers. Our sales teams, they go down and give all the awareness and education to the customers, make them, you see, enable them that they can understand what is quality, what benefits quality has for them, and they can experience quality at the most affordable and modest prices. So very much, it is not just a question of, you see, that some directions are there basically, but we have taken it upon ourselves that we see it as a huge market. We see it as a very big market basically. So that is the future India. That's the future India. You see that rural markets ultimately have, you see, to elevate themselves. And yes, even at this stage also, whatever you see, betterment experience we can give them, we are trying to provide them basically. Why not?
Okay, just a quick clarification. You will be catering to the tier 2, tier 3 cities with that brand only, not
No. See, market is there for all the brands. Let me tell you, there are customers. So only the percentages would vary. Maybe in metro cities, you may have, you see, maybe 20% luxury customers are there, and only 10% affordable segment may be there. But it could be, you see, 10% premium in those tier 2, 3 and 4 markets, and rest is all affordable basically. So all the brands are made available. So it's all up to the customer. So they can elevate, you see, step by step. Today, if they use an affordable brand, tomorrow they use, you see, maybe a premium brand. So it's all about, you see, that how you enable the customer with a different experience through your products. So everything is available all across. And yes, as I said, yes, in the tier 4, 5 markets, initially one has to start, you see, with giving them the basic quality experience, and that is what we do through our brand ESCO.
And one other question, this was my favorite question. As you know, the housing market in Calcutta, I hail from Calcutta. The housing market of there is on a boom, and people are buying housing complexes and all that. So in Calcutta, one of the you see unprecedented growth in that market. If you can talk a little bit about that, because I hail from the city. This city is very close to my heart.
Okay, you see, you belong to Calcutta, and let me tell you, we in our organization, we believe that Calcutta is like our, you see, mother market, because when in 1960, when my father started, you see, this business, Calcutta was the first market where after initial struggle, we got the response and we established ourselves. And Mr. Abhishek, let me tell you, see, in Calcutta, I think over the last 55 years of our working, we are the largest selling brand. Earlier it was ESCO, now it is Jaguar, and of course RTs also. All the 3 brands, they work excellently, you see, in Calcutta, and in fact the entire Eastern India. We have more than 80% of the market share with us, our group employees. I would especially like to say that yes, definitely Calcutta has been one of our very strong markets, and where the customers, they have trusted our brand for generations. I can tell you. Even after 60 years today, ESCO is like a household name you see in Calcutta. If you'll ask your father, he would be remembering this brand. And if he wants to make his house, he will say, I will put ESCO only, no other brand.
Okay.
That's the kind of, you see, acceptability we got in from Calcutta market. Again, you see, I'll tell you a little bit. I would like to share with you, because Calcutta was a very challenging market in terms of usage. The quality of water was, you see, not very satisfactory. And this is where, you see, we responded to the market challenge. We modified our products in such a way that they could work, you see, the best and the longest, you see, in those difficult conditions. So this is one of the USPs of our company, that yes, depending upon the market conditions, we provide them the best solution. So Calcutta is one of our best markets, I can tell you, in fact, the whole of Eastern India.
Okay. So you made my day by saying this. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Batra. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me the opportunity to asking questions.
Thank you so much.
Nice talking. My colleague Soumya Sehgal, who writes on marketing, is asking, Soumya Sehgal is asking, sir, during this testing time, what special promotions or consumer connect initiatives has Jaguar taken, and how did it help your brand, if at all you took things like that?
Very good question, and a very relevant question in today's time. As I said, you see, this situation of pandemic has been something which is unprecedented, and nobody could imagine that such a situation can be there. So it imposed a lot of you see, restrictions on us, whether it was in terms of manufacturing or it was in terms of, you see, marketing. But you see, as an entrepreneur, see, one has to. You will always find, you see, difficult situations coming your way. But as an entrepreneur, you have to find a way to that, how to overcome that. And I'm very happy to share with your entire team that we had a lot of learnings. We have got a lot of learnings, you see, of this complex situation, and we have adopted, you see, some different, you see, workings. I think earlier, before, you see, in our normal working in pre-COVID circumstances, so always used to go and meet the customers. There used to be physical interactions. So since we could not go and meet people, I think this is where we adopted technology in a big way. So we have developed a lot of virtual tools, basically, where we are making presentations to the customers. We are making, you see, interactions with the customers over the web. We are giving them virtual tours, you see, of our showrooms. So many things that we developed, during the last 5 months. And this has, I tell you, has multiplied, not only increased, has multiplied, you see, our interaction and engagement with our customers of all segments, from architects, specifiers, designers, you see, the best of the institutions, builders, basically. So this is one of the most, I would say, not just a learning, but one of the biggest advantages that we have drawn as a company out of the current situation. And earlier we could connect only with maybe few customers, 8 to 10 customers in a day. Now we are engaging with more than 20 customers in a day. So it has really, you see, brought in a lot of you see, productivity, positivity, you see, in our working, and it's really helped us in a big way. Even now. But earlier we used to, you see, invite people, customers, you see, from even abroad, from India, because see, as you raised this question in the beginning, so how do you see overcome the challenge in the overseas markets, basically? So people still overseas, they still believe India has not progressed technically. So in order to, you see, remove those, you see, reservations from their mind, we have brought hundreds of customers to India, architects, developers from overseas markets. And once they come and see our technical setup, they are completely taken away. They are completely amazed. So this is what now we can't do, because they can't travel physically. Nobody can come. So we have made virtual tours of the factory, and this is what you see, where we are taking the factory to their own, see, work desk, and they are enjoying it like anything, basically. So these are, you see, some of the very innovative solutions that we have worked out, we could think about, and we have developed them very fast. And now we are sharing it, you see, with our customers, and it's really helping us in a big way. The response has really increased tremendously for us because of all these sales tools that we have introduced.
Thank you so much. what Soumya, Mr. Mehra is saying is that he's used technology, digital tools, virtual walkthroughs, e-demos to be able to grow his business. That has helped him grow his business. So that's the pivot he's done.
Yeah.
There are lots of questions, 5 and 3. But let me take a couple of them.
Yeah.
Mr. Sunil Nair is asking, while I understand good quality brand comes with a premium price and Jaguar is a premium brand, but are there any plans to make Jaguar more accessible to lower middle class customers?
See, let me tell you, as I said, see, as a company, we are not just a complete solution providing company. We cover up the entire market segment from bottom to top. So we have, within Jaguar also, we have ranges, which are the starting point of the brand, and they are very much affordable, very much affordable. And this is what you see when we interact and engage with the customers. We give them, you see, the awareness, education, and the enablement also, that how you see, finally, these are, you see, products. These are the products which are functional products. So I think the best value for the money of the customer is he gets, you see, an uninterrupted, long-lasting experience from our products. And this is what we ensure through the best of the quality standards that we adopt in our products. In our manufacturing, you see, processes, the best of the manufacturing processes we have developed. So this is where the initial hesitation of the customer is taken care of. We have products, we have ranges, we have items which can meet, you see, right from the bottom of the mid segment to the top of the mid segment, basically. Different designs, different products, different, you see, functionalities, basically, to take care of the customer's expectations. So we have everything, as I said, from bottom to the top. We have hundreds of options, basically, hundreds of options that we can give to the customers to meet their budgets, and within their budgets, give them the best of the experience through the products. Because even, you see, whether it is our affordable segment brand, ESCO, even there also, we maintain the highest quality standards. We don't change the basic quality standards, you see, that what we provide in ESCO or in Jaguar. They are the same.
Yes, ESCO Haryana. It started as ESCO Haryana. Your first plant was in Manesar, right?
No. Our first plant, you see, we have been operating for the last almost 60 years. But I think in 15 years back, we started, you see, our journey to modernize, you see, our manufacturing capacities and expand them in a big way. So our first modernized plant came up in 2007 in Bhiwadi, in Rajasthan. So today we have 3 plants in Bhiwadi, in Rajasthan, and the 4th one for lighting is coming up there, which will start operations from next month. Manesar is our one of the plants that we have in Manesar, where we have a part manufacturing facility and, of course, our global headquarters also. And then the one plant is there in Gujarat, where we manufacture our sanitary ware products, basically. So all in all, 6 plants are there like these, and the 7th one for water heaters, which is also one of very important vertical. So that also we are going to start in a couple of months. This is again coming up in Delhi NCR region. So 6 in Delhi NCR region and 1 in, you see, in Gujarat. So these are 7 units that we are going to have in India, and 1 in South Korea, which makes some very special, you see, products for our range. That's how it is.
Fantastic, Mehra. Mr. Mehra, it's been fantastic talking to you. I want to ask you my last question before I let you go. What is your message for hope to people who are in despair, who are dealing with uncertainty, who are dealing with loss of lives? Some are dealing with loss of livelihood, Mr. Mehra.
Yeah.
So what's your message? You've seen too many ups, downs, and hope, last few years, only ups. But tell us, what's your message of hope for these people that need hope?
No, I would surely. I know we understand. We completely understand that the current circumstance and situation is very, very unfavorable, you see, for the human mankind. But I personally see a lot of hope. India is fundamentally a very strong market and a very strong economy. Yes, at the moment, the only problem that we are facing is that there are a lot of restrictions. We can't work, you see, in a full-fledged manner, basically. So that's the only you see, negativity that we have to face at the moment. But once you see there is a solution to this pandemic, we come out of this solution, of this situation, basically, completely, as I said, it's a very, very unfortunate situation for all of us, everyone. I'm sure India will bounce back in a big way, because the consumers are there, the market is there, the demand is going to be there. And there's a lot of demand which has accumulated over the last 5 to 6 months. I really feel sorry for the people who might have lost, their livelihood, their jobs. Of course, in our company, not even one person has been retrenched, No, we have maintained, our workforce, because they are our real assets. That's what we believe in. Our people are our real assets. So we have somehow managed the situation, given salaries, taken care of them, their families, whether they needed any medical help. So I'm sure once we come out of this pandemic, economy will bounce back, industrial activity will bounce back. There will be definitely, enough of employment opportunities that will come, come the way of everyone. And I'm sure we'll really be back on the rails, probably maybe in 6 months' time. Once there is a solution to this pandemic. This is what I have experienced in my 42 years of working. I have seen several ups and downs, especially in the building industry. So 2008, when the whole world, got into a stage of recession, India was one of the first economies that bounced back within 6 months. And we came back, with a bang. So our fundamentals are very, very strong. We have our own strengths, basically. There is nothing. We are a large economy and a large consumer market, basically. So I'm sure once the things, they become normal, I think there will be enough of, revival of, the activities, the job opportunities, the livelihoods, the earnings, and I'm sure we'll get over this situation, soon in the coming times. I'm very hopeful. I'm absolutely hopeful about it. The only thing is that we have to somehow carry on and manage with the situation for another, few months. And that's all. Once the situation gets over, things are definitely going to be very, very, constructive and positive for the country and for the people.
Thank you, Mr. Mehra, for talking to BW Business World. I've enjoyed talking to you. I'm sure our viewers have enjoyed
Thank you.
Listening to you and watching you. We'll carry this content in our magazine, on our websites. Businessworld.in does about 30 million traffic on an average every month. And we've become a digital-first, video-first product while continuing to bring out the magazine. So we'll repurpose the content in many ways. There are comments that are coming. Sunil Agarwal says, we are proud to be associated with you. Mansi Thapar says, great, awesome session. Asim Afsar, thanks. It was a really nice session. And there are lots of compliments from Sanjani Sharma.
Okay.
She said, congrats to Jaguar for winning the prestigious Red Dot Award.
Yeah.
Sunil Agarwal says, excellent after-sales service of Jaguar is the backbone of its success. So on and so forth. Similar kind of comments coming from other people. Ramesh Narendra saying, I see a lot of positive energy in your body language. So clearly that comes for having hope in the future and believing in God, but also believing that if you take the right steps, as they say, you do the right thing for the right reason, in the right manner, then everything else will fall into place. So I know that when you say we are a grounded company, we're a practical company, you mean that you do the right things for the right reason, in the right manner. And you think of a long-term horizon and not just immediate gains. So I'm sure that's what Jaguar has been founded on. And your Vipin Williams is saying, again, thank you very much, Mr. Mehra. Rakesh Triwadi, he's a channel partner of yours. He says, proud to be channel partner of Jaguar. Kamaljeet Sareen is saying good things. Deepak Agarwal from Naman Merchandising Services. Thanks for the webinar, insightful session. So clearly, Mr. Mehra, you've been able to, early in the morning on a cloudy day, you so to say the rainbow in those clouds. So
thank you.
Wish you luck, and I'm sure you'll achieve your target of doubling your revenues in the next 2 to 3 years.
Sure. We would love to do it, you see, not just for ourselves, but for the country. We'd love to do it, you see, for the sake of the country and really establish, you see, India. That has been our mantra. Made in India, proudly made in India for the world. So this is what you see, we took upon ourselves as a challenge. Because initially we faced a lot of resistance and a lot of rejection, you see, in the global markets. But that added to our strength, and we said we are going to do it. And we are going to prove to the world that India has the capability and the ability to do it, basically. So that's our main motto. It's not just, you see, figures or turnover, basically. And once again, thank you so much, all the, you see, people who had joined, you see, this session for their such encouraging and nice comments. And once again, I would like to sign off, you see, that yes, I think this whole world lives on hope, basically. Let's not lose our hope. Let's you see, look to the future, wait for the right opportunity, for the right time, you see, to come our way. And I'm sure all of us will bounce back. India will once again prove to the world that it can happen only in India and nowhere else. I'm sure. I'm very much sure.
Thank you so much. And thank you for talking to BW Business World. We look forward to another conversation soon, you know. Thank you so much. God bless you. All the best, Mr. Mehra. All the best.
For giving me the opportunity. Thank you so much indeed. It was really a pleasure talking to you and all your colleagues. Thank you so much indeed. Thanks a lot.